We're sitting down with superintendents asking what the most important things are to school districts and what problems education systems are facing. In this edition of the Superintendent Sit Down, today we hear from College Place Public Schools Superintendent Jim Fry. What are some of the goals for the College Place Public Schools this year for the 2023 to 2024 school year?
Well, many of them fall right into the academics and the return to getting our kids back on the path that they were on pre-pandemic. And so a lot of work is going into increasing our academic rigor. There was the COVID pandemic, and then there was just the right after the impacts, right? So a big part is pushing kids academically to be resilient, to persevere, and to achieve grade level standards. And we have a lot of kids with learning loss. So accelerating that learning, getting them the resources they need. So really that's the big one. The second is more of a shift, I think, for schools in ours is the social and emotional learning and care for our students and also for our staff. And so we are investing a lot of time and resources into curriculum, but also just activities for staff that are about building that capacity. Life is hard. Mental illness and mental health issues are I think, at an all-time high. And so how our system responds with resources and supports to really keep people well and in that place where they can be successful. So of our many goals, I think those are our top two that we focus on daily here in College Place Public Schools.
What are some of the challenges meeting those goals this year?
Well, I think there's a little bit of still this residual hangover from the pandemic of it really did things to sort of rewire brains of students. You think about if you had contracted COVID-19, you were required to stay home for a certain amount of days, or if you had a cold or a cough, a sore throat, those sorts of things. We are really seeing that attendance, even though we've kind of come back to this new normal, are still things that are lagging because people were taught and told, hey, if you have these things, you have to stay home. And so how do we build up like this resilience for learning that says, hey, I know you may be feeling a little under the weather, but if it's not a situation where you're sick and contagious, you need to be here. So that's one of our obstacles. The other is that we had degrees of loss for all of our students. Some of it was learning loss, right? That they fell behind of where they were on progress. Some of it was actual loss of loved ones and people that they cared about that sort of had that emotional setback that caused them to not return with maybe the same motivations. And then I think just you have to remember, we were programmed to be social distanced for this duration of time. And we are wired to be connected. As human beings, we're wired to be connected. But we're more isolated than ever. We pushed kids onto electronics. We pushed them onto these devices, and we told them that they couldn't be within 6 feet of each other.
And this is just a piece of my long conversation with Superintendent Fry. You can find the extended version on our website or on our YouTube channel, Apple Valley News Now. Tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, we're staying in College Place to talk about a feature that's back at the College Place Public Schools. That's the School Resource Officer Program. We'll talk about how this impacts safety Tuesday. And next Monday on Good Morning Northwest, we're starting our week with the Superintendent Sit Down for a conversation with the Walla Walla Public Schools Superintendent, Wade Smith. Jill, I'll send it back to you.